meetings that were held. Is there any additions or corrections to the ones that were sent out?
I did not receive any.
No, I was fine with them.
Okay, that includes the November 5th meeting where, we had a moratorium on the wind energy systems.
Yep.
And then the regular town board meeting. And then also a special session that was held November 19th to open up bids that were received on the purchasing of the dump truck chassis and cab component. And at that time, we rejected all the bids and we did those items. So there are no additions or corrections, then the minutes then is submitted by the clerk.
I want to go back to this where we set the public hearing for the 14th. Do we have to do anything to change that? Because we're not doing it on the 14th now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we're set.
Okay.
The clerk has changed that. Okay. Communications?
I have one communication to present a certificate of liability insurance from Western New York Plumbing.
I have the monthly report from the Justice Court for Justice Virginiac for the month of October, as well as an email from the County Highway Department, Superintendent Devin Blue, sent out information on opportunities for sidewalks, bikeways, safe routes to school improvements, and then other pedestrian and bicycle facilities. And information on webinars that were available if anyone was interested in those projects. And that was all I had for communications. Anyone else? Departments. Highway Department. We rebid the dump truck components and held a bid opening earlier this evening, and the bid results will be conveyed to the highway superintendent to review to make sure that they match the specifications. And then we are also, at that time, we will be able to submit that plan purchase to the state for state aid. And if that is eligible for it and approved, then we will go ahead with that purchase, and that would be for a dump truck. Probably to be received, I'd say, a year from now would be a quick turnaround. So it may be the end of next winter. Highway Department has been out quite a bit with the snow and icy conditions. We've been, prior to that, doing a lot of roadside mowing and taking brush down and improve visibility. And just getting out with the grader and doing road work like that, and doing repairs to the trucks. This time of year, it's pretty much just plowing, keeping the stockpile of salt and sand.
So will Jake have the paperwork for them to submit to the state?
Yes,
Plow truck?
yeah.
Okay, and we're doing that in
Well,
December?
it will be submitted to the state for approval as to the type of And we should be getting our CHIPS payment, in, I'd say by mid part of next week. And then be the final payment coming in for the year. Town clerk?
In your package, you will find the town clerk monthly report for November. Total disbursements, $1,041. To the supervisor for general fund, $302.92. To New York State DEC for hunting, fishing licenses, $599.08. To the Wyoming County Treasurer for dog licensing, $115. To New York State Animal Population Control, so that'll be Ag and Markets, $24. Vital statistics, year-to-date, births 0, marriage permits issued 5, and deaths 9. And that's all I have.
Okay. Assessor?
Right. So later this month, I'll be sending out the agricultural and senior renewals. Folks who get those exemptions have to reapply annually. We do March 1st. And then about 3 weeks ago, I got from New York State the trends that they're going to be using for next year. And unfortunately, they're saying, well, all of Wyoming County, they're saying it's trended 7%, which means that 100% rate we just got to would go to a 93. But I'm compiling information to try to make enough, try to counter that somewhat, so I'll do the best I can. Because, as you know, when the equalization rate drops, then the rate will go up. So I'll do the best I can on that. But it's going against New York State. Other than that, tax bills come out next month. And, you'll be getting the payments, so I'll just be filling a lot of the questions,
And
but
the fun begins.
we'll get through it.
Have you received any communications from the county real property director about her looking into the county making adjustments on the senior citizen exemptions?
No, like as far as increasing the limit, the income limit?
Correct, yeah. She had mentioned something at a committee meeting, like 2 months ago.
I mean, I saw in the minutes, the finance committee minutes where it was brought up, but I hadn't discussed it before
Okay.
now.
Okay, I don't know if there's been any follow-up communications with the town assessor.
I mean, was she supposed to reach out to us, or am I supposed to reach
No,
out to her? or is it
I was just wondering if
Oh, okay.
that's something that she's been working with. Any other questions on the assessment department? Okay, zoning and planning.
You'll find in your packets monthly report from Wyoming County Zoning Department for the month of November. Open projects 1, permits issued 3, and then there are no other violations or property maintenance violations. And we've done our public hearings. That's all I have.
All right, recreation and park. The park is closed for the winter time. I know we do keep the gate open partially. The Colsondale snowmobile trail goes through there, so that is accessible. And they maintain that. Nothing coming up until Easter. I guess I'll put under recreation and park, the senior citizens supplied their annual report to the town of their membership as well as their activities for the past month. And the cash on hand at the end of the year was $432.64.
How many people, how many are there?
I would say looking at this, about 35 members. Okay, water district. Yes, sir.
Can I go back to the parks for a second?
Yes, sir.
Up at the park, there are about 3 spots where the fascia has fallen off.
Mhm.
If, when the weather gets decent, if it's okay with the board, I'm just gonna go up and fix that, if that's okay with everybody.
Okay.
You good with that?
On the toilet, on the.
One's on the garage building and another's on the storage building over by the, ball diamond.
Oh, okay.
If you leave it, the wood will rot out, it'll just get worse.
Yeah. Thank you. The water district, the village of Attica DPW has sent their crew down several days, and they have been overseeing and performing the meter exchange program. And I believe at this point, I think tomorrow, which will be a horrible day, but tomorrow they have 4 outdoor meter pits that they will be replacing the meters in, and then after that point, all that's left is about 6 or 7 homes where individuals are not there during the daytime. So, one of the employees there is going to be coming out on Saturday, the 20th, and overseeing and doing the work on that. And then that will have that project done finally. And there is a advertisement going in the Penny Saver this weekend looking for a water system operator to take over from Mark Pruitt, who is looking at retiring the end of the year. I've had conversations with Attica DPW and Alden DPW, as well as the county, and actually individuals who work for state corrections at Wyoming Correctional, who have Class D licensures. And right now, there's nobody out there who really wants to take it over.
What's it pay, Alan?
Well, we've been paying like $22 an hour. It's basically 1 hour a day, 5 days a week.
I know a guy that was
Okay.
in the town, so I'll contact him.
Okay,
See.
yeah. And the big thing is to have somebody local. It's not really
Right.
worth a lot of people's,
Well, licenses, a
yeah,
hard one to keep up.
They have to be licensed,
Yeah.
right?
right, yeah. And the Class D is like the lowest license because you're not doing any treatment.
Right.
You're basically doing water sampling and you're overseeing projects such as changing out the meters and installation of new meters and things like that. But yes, the village, one of the village's DPW offered, without going through their board yet, but they said they calculated the cost for them to do it and be about $24,000 versus about 6 or 7 that it's been performed at, so. Trying to beat the bushes for someone that, Mr. Pruitt's been doing it for quite a few years and is really looking to retire, especially at this time of the year. There's always all these call-outs on Friday at like 5:30 in the evening or 7:30 in the evening. I shouldn't say always, but whenever there's a line leak, it's in January on a Friday, usually during prime fish fry time. But,
Or snowstorm.
Yeah. So we're working on that, but people have been good and I think we're gonna get the majority of those meters replaced with the cost of a couple of pizzas for the guys.
How much of that?
So, Historical Society, we've got the historian here, I don't know. Ideas for the 250th
Oh, yeah, sure.
celebration?
The county historian indicated that New York State has some money available to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country's founding in 1776. We weren't here until 1818, so we didn't have much to do currently with the Revolutionary War, the formation of this republic. However, we do have Revolutionary War soldiers who came to Bennington after it was opened up after the War of 1812. Those folks are listed on the rock in front of the Historical Society. So I talked with,
Yay, Jake's here.
I talked to the historian, and he said that we should focus on a couple of the veterans, tell their story, maybe get a grant, identify where they lived, their homestead. That shouldn't be too hard to do. And we'll go from there. The other thing is that yesterday we were at the Board of Supervisors meeting, and they gave an award to the Warsaw Historical Society, who has gotten grants to put up those blue and gold markers. The state doesn't do it anymore, but there's a foundation that does it. And I was thinking Bennington, we should put together perhaps a grant application to have some historical markers put up. I was thinking of the Franklin Mineral Springs Hotel, which is where the Pine Lounge is now. And maybe the the schoolhouses here in Bennington. They've all been identified. Some of them still exist, like the one in Colesville that Ellen and I went to, 100 years ago? Pretty close. Two-room schoolhouse. I had 5 in my class. How many did you have?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. But you followed through. They didn't keep you back. Did they I liked 5th grade so much I didn't do it twice. Anyway, the other thing is, yesterday, Ellen was honored at the county supervisors meeting for her 20 years of service. And there were remarks given, and I thought it would be a good time to repeat those remarks that were made to honor Ellen. Today we come together to honor someone who has given our town and our county far more than years of service. Someone who has given her heart. Ellen has served as Bennington Town Supervisor for 20 years. She has served with integrity, steadiness, and a deep commitment to doing what's right for the people of our community. Her accomplishments are too numerous to mention here today, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few of her greatest achievements. She established the Colesville Water District, thus ensuring clean, plentiful, and safe water for the Colesville residents. I can tell you that that's been discussed since 1927, according to my research, and Ellen was able to bring it home through grants. The second great accomplishment of Ellen's career was the building of the historically significant Cannon Covered Bridge. Those of us who are old enough remember that the last covered bridge that covered the Cayuga Creek burned in March of '66. And ever since then, it was like a big hole in our heart. And Ellen was able to get grant money and build the Cannon Covered Bridge that not only restored a covered bridge to Bennington, but also honored Charles Cannon, a World War II veteran who won the Silver Star in the Battle of the Bulge. And he died crossing the Rhine River in March of 1945. His body was never recovered. He grew up in Colesville on the other side of the Bullis Road Bridge going out of town. And he was honored forevermore by the bridge named in his honor. But what sets Ellen apart is that the work didn't stop when the day was done at the town hall. When most people would call it a day, Ellen went on to volunteer with countless organizations, quietly, consistently, and without ever seeking recognition. Whether it's being president of the Ladies Auxiliary in the Colesville Fire Department, or secretary of the Cemetery Association, or secretary of the Bennington Historical Society, or delivering Meals on Wheels every week, Ellen is one of those rare individuals who makes a town feel like a community. Today, we want to say thank you for your years of leadership, volunteerism, and for the example you set for all of us. Your impact, Ellen, will be felt long after your term of office ends. And on behalf of the town of Bennington, and it was my honor and privilege to present the plaque to you in recognition of your service, dedication, in countless ways you've made Bennington a community and a better place to live. And thank you, Ellen. And the board also gave Ellen a plaque and recognized her for her 20 years of service. So, as town historian, I'd like to tell you this is a momentous occasion. Good luck in your future endeavors, and I'd like to sincerely wish Mr. Mark Pryor good luck in your next term of office.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
For not putting up the picture of 8-year-old Ellen.
It was
at the-
cute.
Oh, it was
at the Arcade
adorable.
in Attica.
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah.
It was cute. Where
He
is
has a
it?
picture on his phone.
It's
probably.
my, I have it, it's my
Pass it
phone, so,
around.
what they're referring to is Ellen and I went to that two-room schoolhouse, so they put us on the Attica Arcade Railroad, and we had an outing that day. And someone took a picture of me and Ellen, which I've carried with me for the last 64 years. And I took it out and showed the board of supervisors, and embarrassed the hell out of
Show
Ellen.
it, you put it up.
I put it up on
I heard it was going on in the drugstore down in Attica.
Yeah.
Right next to the
Yeah,
seniors.
thank you.
It's gonna go on the Facebook, I don't know. Anyway, Ellen, I wanted to,
Okay,
on behalf of everybody, thank you.
thank you.
So back then, the arcade in Attica came all the way up to Attica.
No, the arcade in Attica got washed out in '57, right by Cotton Hill. So the arcade in Attica stopped going to Attica in 1957. It went as far as, they stopped, the tracks were still there, but they only went as far as Reisdorf's feed mill.
Okay.
And now it still goes between Reisdorf's feed mill and arcade down at the Blue Seal plant, I think. But the arcade in Attica stopped going to Attica in the 50s during the washout.
Careful what you ask. All right, at this time, I'll open the floor. Are there any petitions to the town? There, any public concerns?
Yes, definitely. With the new state mandates coming for shelters, foster homes, kennels, I believe take effect December 15th. Is that going to affect this local law number 8?
Our local law will
It's-
be consistent with A.
Because they're coming down pretty strict.
Everything, yeah, is right out of Ag and Markets.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Word by word.
yeah, we don't want to confuse people with different language or different requirements.
So it's following what Aggie Markets?
Right.
Okay.
And if we did anything that was more lenient, it would not be allowed with that.
Okay.
With whatever is more restrictive. Any other public concerns you brought up?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Councilman Jones, this is his last meeting, thank you for your service to the town. I know
Thank you.
it's not, it's a thankless job, and I appreciate it.
County members? Or you guys?
So
Okay.
when is the January board meeting?
So the January town board,
Regular town board meeting?
regular town board meeting will be the 21st.
We're gonna put that, it's not standard, right, the second?
Correct. And that will be actually at the organizational meeting. That's one of the things that gets done at the organizational meeting. It sets the meeting times and dates for the town board, the zoning board, the planning board. And at that time, they can, adopt it formally or legally for January, it'll be the third Wednesday instead of the second. So, and that will give, that'll be a 2-week period, so there'll be enough time in there to get that notice in. But that's why we should also put it on the website as soon as possible, so people don't needlessly come down here on the 14th and wind up missing out, especially with failure. I just have a couple of county matters I want to bring up. The county administrator is continuing to work on the broadband project. At our board meeting yesterday, we approved a whole bunch of agreements with various electronic or telephone companies to be able to string wire onto their poles. So that is going to be set up, and the community broadband network that is working with the county should be giving information out and starting their public relations campaign anytime. It was supposed to be shortly after Thanksgiving. This is going to be a little bit more than shortly after that.
So are they gonna be going to the people that don't have it currently, or is it everybody that has it, they're just upgrading it?
Actually, it's available to underserved or unserved areas, but if you currently have a plan, you can certainly get in on it. The rates will be lower than any of the other providers.
Oh, so it's not, it's a different one than Spectrum?
Correct.
Oh, good. Competition.
So, they continue to work on that, probably on a daily basis. Waste management, their flyers, their annual flyers that they put out with the calendars, those should be coming out pretty soon, if you haven't already gotten one. I know I haven't gotten one yet, but the recycling dates and the bulk services dates. Mr. Johnson, you're gonna love this, because I have not mentioned this to you beforehand. So there will be a change with bulk collection, which has some pluses and some minuses. The monthly bulk collection will take place 6 times. I believe it will be April through October, on the same premise that it is now the last Friday of the month. The winter months, they will not be doing bulk collection, which will be kind of handy on some of the dirt roads, not getting the extra trucks, traffic down them. However, twice during the winter, they are looking to put a dumpster at each highway department, so residents can drop off their bulk items there and then get them picked up.
Depending on the size, the residents can throw them in the dumpster
Correct,
if they're small enough
right.
or
So,
unable to.
right,
But are they, it's not electronic.
yeah, it's not
I mean, that's what you
Yeah.
gotta,
Couches.
That's gonna be the hard part, 'cause
Chairs.
you're not gonna have an employee there monitoring that it's not electronics or tires or whatever. But we'll have to identify where in your yard would be the best place to put that. So, yeah.
do we have a gate? A gate, there's not a gate.
Springer will keep,
Okay, so,
It's all made, basically, you just have to put it up.
I mean, I just mean, people, I mean, is there certain hours that they're gonna be able to come? I mean, can we
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Well, once, whatever them hours are, we can have the county make a sign and we can mount that right through the gate.
I mean, so people, I mean, so, like, if there's gonna be a gate, it has to be open, so people can put their stuff in there.
Correct. on those
But you
dates.
guys aren't there all the time, so do we have to have a specific date and time set aside?
Saturday mornings, and Richie can monitor it.
So this is part of the contract that starts January 1st, so we should still get our bulk collection right after Christmas. And then after that, maybe schedule something for either the end of February or the end of March. And then the regular pickup will start in April.
Do we have anyone in the county that has a direct line for waste management? Last Saturday when I talked, or 2 Saturdays ago, it was 3 hours to get to somebody. When I called them, they were in Florida. And they said, we can't come back to pick your recyclables up. 3 hours, I said, I want to find me a plumb. And I had to call Florida when they're right here in Seneca or Chaffey. They wouldn't give me the direct line because I wasn't in proper, or I wasn't higher up management or something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did you have questions?
Well, you sort of answered it. I was just wondering if this new thing with the garbage was a brand new contract, or is it just an extension of the contract that's already been signed?
It's an extension of the contract that.
But
Yeah,
it renews every year? I thought it was like a 3 or 4 year contract.
It is, and then they have built in like, where it can get renewed, I believe it's up to 3 times, 3 1-year times,
Okay.
so.
And that's where we're at, we're in that renewal,
Right.
a 2-year contract renewed, or 5-year contract renewed 1 year.
I was talking to one of our newer residents, and he had moved here from Hamburg. He said that's the way they've been operating in Hamburg for about the last 5 or 6 years, with the 6 months of regular pickup, and then in the winter time, it's just the occasional drop-offs. And he says it seems to work well there. I just know with some of our dirt roads, it's nice not having the big trucks on there.
I think we just have to do it and monitor. People throwing junk in there that doesn't belong,
Right.
that we have to pay to get rid of.
And then lastly, something new that's come up, just in the past month and a half. We are looking at the creation of a county park. The county is going to be applying for some grant money through both New York State and potentially the Ralph Wilson Fund. Looking at obtaining Camp Waiamoko, the former 4-H camp in Marysburg. The camp's been closed since COVID, and sitting there unused. It's been up for sale, and they've had one purchase offer. I think that's come in on it, but it's nowhere near what Cornell Cooperative Extension is looking at giving for it. So the discussion is, we don't have any county parks. We're only, I think, the only county in the area that doesn't have at least 1 or 2. This is probably a last good opportunity to get something like this. If we could get the grant money to do the purchase, that would help the Cooperative Extension out financially with making the sale. It's property that's already off the tax rolls, so you're not taking it off of there. There is a neighbor next door to the park who has believe he owns around 70 acres of land, and it's all right on Route 20A, and it's got the whole glen there for the historic marker for Mary Jemison, where they lived during the Revolutionary War. They sought refuge there. And he has offered to donate 60 of his 70 acres to the park. He has done some improvements on it already, has some like hiking trails that he's built and so.
How many acres in Camp Wyoming?
Camp Wyomocco is, I believe, like 170, or I'm sorry, 270 acres. So it would be, yeah, it'd be over 300 acres, so. The big thing is the ongoing expense